Hey, what's up guys, it's DJ. Today we are taking our early look at the Oxbo Pack for Farming Simulator 22. This pack consists of 4 different pieces of equipment, 3 vehicles, and 1 merger. But there's a lot more that we could do just than 3 vehicles. Because each one of these is like a different vehicle all in its own. For example, the 4103 right here could either be a slurry spreader or a manure spreader. Exact same thing with the 5105. And then this guy has, well, 3 tricks up its sleeve. You've got the harvester. We've got a harvester with overloading or an auger on the side, and we can also turn it into a sprayer. That's pretty cool. But as mentioned, a merger's really just a merger. Couple quick things to know about this pack before we dive in. Take a look at each piece of equipment, see how everything works, and beyond. This is going to release on September the 19th, 2023. It is included in the Year 2 Season Pass, so if you own the Year 2 Season Pass, you will get this. All you got to do is download it the day that it's out, and you're good to go. However, if you do choose to buy this separately, you can get it for $4.99 USD right now before its release, or after its release, you can get it for $5.99 by itself. The pack is very neat, and yes, we also have a piece of Oxbo stuff base game right now, funny enough, and it's this guy, the 5104. This is I believe, an all-wheel drive slurry tanker. You can't turn this into a manure spreader or anything like that, but it'll work perfectly alongside all of the new gear. So let's take a look at some customization options. Then we're going to put each piece of equipment in the field and see how it works. Once it's released, the easiest thing to do is go into your store, go down to the bottom, mods and DLCs, and you'll find it right here, Oxbo Pack. The first thing that we're going to do is we're actually not going to go in order. We're starting with this guy. Specs include 164 horsepower engine. We have a variable transmission on here. We also have 270 liters of fuel on board. It goes 18 miles an hour. 3,100 liter capacity. That's going to be for Grape, so keep an eye on that. No olives on this one. Weighs 11.2 pounds, and it has a harvesting speed of 4 miles an hour, which is fairly standard for the things that we have. But we can swap this thing around a little bit. So we have the harvester, just normal grape harvester, and it will deposit out the pack. However, we also have the overloading of the harvester. Now, this right here gets away with the hoppers. So, wrong one. So, we don't have these hoppers on the side anymore, but we do have this auger on the side, which is very cool, and we don't have anything else like this in Farming Simulator. Then we have the multi-row sprayer. As you can see, we have the sprayer edition on the back. This will hold 3,400 liters. Again, a 4 mile per hour max working speed on this. And one of the nice things is, well, this will work on all your vineyards. As for our wheel options, we have Trelleborg, Midas, Radistan, and that is it. So there's your customization options here on your 6030. Now, we'll tell you guys as well as we've got some different pricing on here. So the sprayer itself, $215,000. If you go with a regular harvester, $245,000. And you could drop another 10 off of that, up to $235,000 if you go with the overloading harvester. Next, we have the merger, the windrower, the 2340. There's actually a self-propelled version of this in real life, and I really hope we get that at some point. Specs on this, 8.2 tons, 150 horsepower. It's got a 12-meter working width, and it'll go 11 mile per hour when you are using it as, well, in working mode. Wheel brands on here include Trelleborg, BKT, Radistan, and that is it. We also have a license plate, which is nice on a piece like this. It's quite expensive, though, at $158,000. And then we go to, I don't know, these are kind of pairs. You buy one and you upgrade to the other one, at least. I think that'd be more or less the way things work. This is your AT4103. 400 horsepower engine. We've got a variable VSG transmission, 650 liters of fuel. It holds 16,000 liters of slurry or digestate. It will go 24 miles an hour, 18 tons, 12 miles an hour if you're having in working mode, and base price going to be $382,500. Then we can bump this over to a manure spreader if you want to. Specs for that, 18,000 liters of manure, and it'll go 12 miles an hour. It doesn't showcase a working width there. It says 16 to 18. Well, I guess we'll have to figure that out. As for wheel options on here, we have the Trelleborg, wrong one, Michelin, BKT, Midas, and back in. The front wheel on this, by the way, almost goes hard over in a 90-degree. Almost, not quite, but almost. It is really cool to see. Then we have the fourth and final piece of equipment, the AT5105. Specs for this one are a little bit bigger than the other one, but all around kind of works the same. 550 horsepower on here, variable transmission, same thing there. 650 liters of fuel, goes 24 miles an hour on its own, holds 25,000 liters of slurry or digestate, weighs 25 tons, which is very, very heavy, and it has a 12 mile per hour working speed. Configurations, as mentioned, oh yeah, and this one's 480 grand, almost $500,000 for this. A manure spreader on here, this will go up to 25,000 liters, so it holds the same amount of slurry and digestate. Wheel options, we have Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, Midas, and that is it. If I back out, you could see one thing here at the bottom. This will also work, I believe that is separated manure, so it also works with that. We got something else in here too. So now that we've shown you all of the basics, all of the customization options, everything like that, let's get each piece of equipment into the field and show you how it works. Let's start with our grape harvesters. And again, we've got a harvester and sprayer. Let's jump in here. We're just gonna start with this guy. We're going to turn on our help window and see what we've got. If you guys are curious, I am playing on PC, but I'm using an Xbox controller, and I do have all of my mods installed as well, so we'll see what works together and what doesn't. Let's bring this here. We will unfold the harvester, which raises up, and this has the compensating wheels, so it will always stay straight up and down, just like our vineyards. We can turn it on. There we go. We've got that, and I believe that's about it. Yeah, that's about it. So let's run it and see how we do. We've got some grapes right here that are ready to be harvested. And we're getting our grapes. Yep, they're not on there anymore for sure. And there we go. So now they are starting to drop in and our liters are starting to go. Now, I will say, if you guys noticed, it took a second for all the grapes to go in there. That's because, well, the literage at the bottom, it goes like the machine goes. So it doesn't just pick up right away. It doesn't start right away and show you exactly what you've got. It will process the grapes, go through everything, and then whatever is in there at the very end of the row, that's what you got. So let's see, we are now done harvesting that, and the grapes are still going up. Down at the bottom, is it gonna stop? Nobody knows. There we go. Should have stopped right there, 270 liters. So we'll go ahead and turn off the grape harvester. We can actually sit here and unfold it, and we'll find ourselves a trailer to dump it in. And we're going to be using a base game trailer. However, I'm going to be using a Kubota bit right here. Love this tractor to death, so we're going to leave that there. We'll jump in here, back up to it. You can see it says start overloading, and boom, we have overloaded the grapes. And yeah, at the end of the day, that's just about how it works. If you guys are curious, because I'm sure you're going to be asking, can you hire a worker with this? Well, let's bring it around here and see what we can find. It does say open worker menu, so I'm pretty sure this is going to say no, but I guess we could find out. Yeah, unfortunately, going in here, all I've got is go to. I don't have any harvest options. Next, let's talk about the version with an auger on it. We'll go and turn our help window on here as well. We're going to see some of the same things unfold, turn on, but we have the new one that says pipe out. Unfortunately, because this doesn't actually hold anything, this might be one of those that when you're doing it by yourself, might not be the easiest thing to do. So we're going to find out and see exactly what we've got. We do have options to control the pipe, so that is nice. We can bring it in, out, swing it around, do what you got to do through there. Let's come through here. Let's go ahead and harvest a little bit. It is harvesting the grapes. We'll wait until it processes. Grapes should be coming up through. There they are. And the grapes are going up. And they're just kind of being dumped onto the ground. Let's see if we can bring this around and pick anything up. But this is going to be one of those where you probably want to be multiplayer. I'm not quite sure this is going to work very well with single player, at least this version specifically. We'll bring this here and see what we can get out of there. We got a little bit, but not a ton. I don't know. Let me see if I can mess with it a little bit. See, select fill type, grapes. It is now completely full of said grapes. Oh, your boy is stuck. What did I do? Of course I would break it. Well, I had to reset it. I had to reset it. I'm sure giants aren't gonna like that too much. Let's go over here to the trailer. Let's fill this up one more time and see what happens with this, because this is obviously nothing that people are gonna be doing, but hey, well, we're here. Interesting. Okay, so it kind of bricks my piece of equipment. Let's see, we turn it off, fold it up. Well, it certainly worked. It does look like you could get away with using this piece of equipment to an extent, but just be careful with whatever I just did. I wonder where I stopped harvesting. Note to self, never let DJ use anything early, he'll break it. So now we get to use what I kind of think is the star of the show, other than the windrower here. This guy. So this 6030 is set up. There's no harvesting unit on here anymore. It is just the sprayer. Look at that. Oh man, you're gonna be able to do so much with this. I don't even know how many this will do. So I've got 6 rows here. I think this will do a total of 5, but I'm not quite sure. So let's go ahead and open up, see what kind of trouble we can get into with this, and go from there. So we've got right here, do we have a hire worker? Hire AI worker. Oh, that's gonna be fun. We have lift sprayer, so we can lift and lower. That's kind of nice. We've got unload, of course. We got some solid or liquid fertilizer in there. Let's hire the worker up. Oh, so it says you can, but you can't. So just be ready for that. But yeah, here you go. And it is fertilizing all the way out. So that is 5 rows of fertilizer. Normally you can only do 2 rows. I think there was something that came out you could do 3 maybe. But this, I think this is the biggest fertilizer in Farming Simulator for vineyards, other than doing it the way I did in Ohio. But maybe don't do it the way that I did. You will have to lower down before you can turn it on. So just quick heads up there. Otherwise, man, dude. All right, this is pretty cool, dude. This is pretty cool. Next, we're taking the 2340 out for a spin. However, this is a wee bit heavy. It only requires 150 horsepower, but it weighs 8.2 tons. It is super duper heavy. So you could go with a 150 horsepower tractor if you want to, but I'm going to recommend something in the large tractor range. Actually, you could probably get away with something that's a little bit heavier, but at least in my testing, go with something heavier than itself. This is what I'm going for right here, the Class Axion, and it is the smallest engine. Only got 325 horsepower. You can see the size difference between these two guys. Again, just because it doesn't require a lot of power doesn't mean you don't want to have something very, very large to run this with. So let's get it unfolded. The animation is absolutely beautiful, and then we can drop it down just like that. And if you're curious, I believe the big version in real life, that's self-propelled, I believe it does the same animation. Oh, it's so awesome. All right. This field is kind of all over the place a little bit, so I'm not really sure which way to go for, so I'm just going to go up and down, and we'll go from there. Let's turn on our help window and see what we could do. So, of course, we have fold, we have lift, we can also lower it, we can turn it on, and then we have working mode, left and right. That's it. No center. But the good thing is, at least if you're using a worker, for example, I'm going to set this to right. I'm going to hire said worker, and then you can see the awesome animation through there. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the windows just so you can kind of see everything. Looking good, and it's kicking all the grass out towards the right-hand side. Now, I showed in my early preview, when we only had access to a few of the pieces of equipment, that this was definitely an epic piece, and you can see it's all over the place. We've got different sections. It's not just one animation where the whole thing lights up. No, this is definitely cool. All right, we'll stop it about right there. We'll fire the worker, spin it around, drop it back down again, and then set it on a worker right here. Please? There we go. So now we're taking that windrow, and now we've made it double the size. So basically, 24-ish meters. What was the size on this again? 12 meters, exactly. So now we've turned this basically into a 24-meter swath where we could just come by and pick that up, no problem. I missed a little bit back there. Oh, you know what? That's probably when I was going into the menu. That does happen from time to time. And when you've got that worker hired, let's see how they do down here. Because sometimes workers can do very interesting things. Oh yeah, and this has got a steering axle, so it should make for very, very quick turns at the end. That was pretty quick. All things considered, when it comes to hiring a worker, that was very, very good. You behaved! I'm so proud of you. Likewise, if you just want a really big straw swath or grass swath for whatever reason, at the end of each row, you can change this up and kick it all out the same way. I did showcase this a little bit whenever I was doing the early preview of this. So yeah, you could do that if you want to as well, but this should definitely make things a little bit easier and save you a lot of time, especially if you're doing big baling or swathing stuff. This is probably a good way to go. Oh, this would be good for contracts too. Yeah. After I mentioned you could do the whole field if you wanted to, I got brave. Had to slow this thing down a little bit though. I know it's going 12 miles an hour. I'm not quite sure what the working speed is. It's probably 12. I may have been doing a little bit of fast farming. This will do fast farming, but not with swaths this big. And because this is going to be absolutely epic, of course I have to bring you guys along. Look at that! Yeah, let's go! It's as tall as the tires on the tractor, and definitely a little bit higher than the machine itself. Did miss a little boop and a little bop here and there. Yeah, I don't know if I recommend this, but I mean, it's 99.9% working, so I can't not recommend it anymore, can I? All right, let's move on. Lastly, we've got the 4103 as well as its larger buddy, the 5105. Both of these work very, very similar. As I mentioned, that front wheel, it turns. Look at this. Look at this. It almost could turn around on itself, which is just... It's just awesome, man. Let's go over here to some slurry. Obviously, one of the nice things is you can just kind of pull up to this and refill, which is nice. But if you want to do things a little bit more realistically, I hate using that word, well, you could do it this way if you want to. So we can get that about right there, and we can refill the slurry tank. Oh, there we go. Oh, now it's over there. Oh, now it's over. You know what? Nope. Ha-ha! Finally, I knew I'd do it right. Now, here's the thing to know about these. It's on right now, but nothing is happening because we need something to attach to the back. So we come into here to tools, we go to slurry tanks, and then we find ourselves something that should work. This should work, and then this should work, might work, and then this probably shouldn't, but I'm gonna try it anyway. And then that, is there anything else base game? Oh, that looks like it would be a really bad idea. And then I think a couple more bits through here. Oh yeah, we'll go with that. And that. So what will it work with? And what will it not work with? Well, I'm sure it'll work with quite a few of these, but I think a couple of these pieces might be a little bit difficult to back into. So let's just start with the first one and make our way down the list. First one is this guy. What was this again? The Shoutin' Spider SP 6334. Again, only using basescape stuff here, not even using stuff from pumps and hoses. This, boom, drop it down. It turns on, and slurry goes in. So we know that that works perfect. We'll back this up to the this stuff works pile. Next is going to be, I believe, a drag hose setup. So we'll hook up this and see if this works the same. Now, I've only seen this stuff being utilized with some of the cultivators, things like that, but this ground is already cultivated. So that makes things a little bit easier. That is quite large. Very compact, though. That's good. Drop it down, bring it along, and there you go. Works perfectly fine. What What was this piece? Of course I need to unfold it. Hang on. Bring it over to this Stuff Works pile. Drop it there. The Bomb Tech Track Pack. Yeah. All right. Let's see if this works. I have my doubts because we're probably not even going to be able to back this into there. Yeah. Oh, did I get it? I mean, we all know it's not supposed to work, right? We all know that, yes? But I mean, it's working, so... All right, will it work? I'm going to guess yes because it attached. Let's see what happens when I detach. Let's just put this over here in the... Yeah, let's maybe not use that pile. There you go. I'm going to guess the same thing for the other one as well. We'll back up to this. Man, I tell you what, this thing turns on a dime. This will be good for racing. The DjGoHam. Gimme. Hook it up. Everything matches perfectly. Bring it here. Where have I not spread slurry yet? Right there. There we go. So slurry is going in, and we are getting a nice cultivated state. Perfect. Let's try another one of the why are you doing this bits here. I think it may have saved itself. Probably would work just fine, but you know what? Let's not attempt it. And then the last piece right here, we'll back up to this. Oh, the Samson Agro. We'll go and unfold that as well. I believe this is a disc arrow. Nice, looks good. Drop it down, and it works perfectly. So we've got plenty of pieces of equipment, plus a lot of mods. Wow, that turned around good. We got a lot of mods as well that would work really great with any of this. So we know that it works. And again, you need one of these for it to work. Likewise, Manure version 4103 Manure Spreader. We're going to bring this out here and see what we can get into trouble with. So let's go ahead and unfold. Brings that up. Do we have a working width bit? No, we do not. So we'll go ahead and turn on Manure Spreader and go. I would say that's probably a good, what, 24 meters? 18 meters, somewhere around there? Yeah, at least. So there you go. I mean, it's a manure spreader, a self-propelled manure spreader at that. Matter of fact, I'm sitting here thinking, do we have a self-propelled manure spreader in the game? I don't actually think so. We have slurry there, but manure's not around it unless I'm just an idiot missing it. However, down here, manure spreader's right beside slurry spreader. Interesting. Okay, I see you. And just because we gotta, we'll go with the 5105 as well. Different engine sounds here. I do believe these are super duper custom. Yo, check that out. All three axles turn. Now, this one looks like it doesn't turn as much in the front. Let's see how fast or how far we can turn around on this thing. Hard right. So the turning radius, not as good. Still kind of goes around almost 2 times on itself. But I tell you what, that'll work perfectly fine. We do need to fill it up. You can do this the real way if you want to. You don't have to do that. I'm gonna, just because I never do it in videos. So here is, oh, too far over. There you go. Here's for all the people who say I never play realistic. Oh, not even close. There we go. See, that's why I shouldn't do things the realistic way. Now we got our slurry. Let's hook up. You know what? This is a big piece of equipment. Let's hook up to the largest one that's realistic to use with this piece. There we go. We'll take that, unfold it, big drag hose. We'll line up right here, smack dab in the middle. Oh yeah. Yep. This is made for equipment like this. I'm not sure those others was a good idea. You know what? I'm gonna hire a worker on this. There you go. Now remember, you've got double application rate when it comes to slurry, and I think manure as well. I'm not quite sure. But you've got double application rate with this, so theoretically you could fertilize your entire field and do it fairly quickly with this piece right here. It's very cool. Again, self-propelled manure spreader. Seems like it's a first. And the self-propelled slurry spreader, we had 2 in the game added in a previous update. One was Ploger, if you guys remember that. But yeah, please let me in there. There you go. And here's your last piece. Of course, we will go ahead and open it up. We will activate double application rate manure, but I don't know if that's really gonna do much of anything. I don't know. Let's take a look. Consensus say, yep, that's double application rate manure. Maybe it's just because I don't spread poo very often, base game. Maybe I should do that more often. So there you go. That is pretty much everything that you need to know about the Oxbo Pack. Again, releasing on Tuesday, September 19th, 2023 for all platforms. A reiteration, if you guys have the Year 2 Season Pass, you will get this included with that, but you will need to download it, so make sure that you do that. It'll be $5.99 USD if you decide to buy it after the fact, which is totally fine. Only 4 pieces of equipment. So there you go. If you guys want to pick this up, I will have a link in the description. That does go to help support the channel at no additional cost to you. It is unfortunately PC only, so if you guys play on console, I don't have any links for you guys. You can just search Oxbo or go into the DLC page of Farm Sim 22. You'll be able to find everything that you need there. If you have any questions at all about this, please let me know down in the comment section below. If you've got any thoughts on this, let me know down there as well. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope it helped you. If it did, drop a like, get subscribed, join the DjGoHam fam, turn your notification bell on as well. That way, you never miss daily farming simulator videos here on the channel. All being said, hope you have a great day. We'll see you later.